Hello once again, everyone. Welcome back to Let's Play the Old Stream Farm on Farming Simulator 19 with Why Do the Nations Rage. This is episode 14. Okay, guys, so it's been about 3 or 4 weeks, give or take, since I made episode 13. And if you saw episode 13, then you know where we stand. In that episode, I clearly requested for anyone who had been watching the series up to that point to leave a comment and leave some advice on what they think that I should do with the little problem that I had with the fact that I updated the map, and when I updated the map, I pretty much destroyed my farm. I cut down all these trees. It took me about 16 and a half hours to cut down all these trees from the original map of the old stream farm that I downloaded. Then I updated the map, and when I updated the map, it brought all the trees back. Okay. Unfortunately, no one was able to comment on episode 13 and let me know what they think I should do. So I just went about my way, trying to think of different options, and I talked about those options in episode 13. So the first thing I tried to do was come back in here and cut the trees down once again. I got about a halfway into it, or maybe a third of the way into it, something like that, and I realized that I was wasting my time. The reason why I was wasting my time is because even with the trees cut down, you still have these floating stumps, okay? I can't get my stump grinder to reach up that high to get rid of that stump, so it remains a floating stump. I cannot raise the terrain to get a tractor up that high to get rid of the stump, so it still remains a floating stump. The reason why you can't edit the terrain and make it higher is because the game sees this stump as being an object that's obstructing the ability to edit the terrain and raise it. Just like when you have a tree on the ground and you cut it down and you leave the stump, you can't edit the terrain until you get rid of the stump. Well, the same thing is happening here, where I can't edit the terrain to get rid of the stump because I can't get rid of the stump to begin with. Hope that makes sense. And yes, I know that there are ramps I can buy to get a tractor up there high enough to get rid of these stumps. Well, let me ask you this. What am I going to do to get up there? There are no objects. There's nothing that I can use in the game to get high enough to get rid of that. So it will remain a floating tree, and I'm done messing with it. I've pretty much lost my patience with it. Okay, so the way that I see it is that we only have one other option, and that option I've decided to take. So let me explain a couple of other things first, and I'll explain what my plan is. Alright, if you recall, if you saw episode 12, you will remember that after we harvested the cotton in fields 21 and 23, we started, after we had replowed and added lime to field 21, you may recall sowing soybeans in this field. That's what we did. Well, as I was working on cutting down the trees over there, the crop grew and it matured and it was ready to harvest, so I went ahead and I harvested these soybeans. I made a total of $36,380 on the soybeans. Alright. The money that I made off of the sold wood before I realized that I was wasting my time is a total of $265,989. So I got pretty far into cutting the trees down before I finally gave up and realized that I was wasting my time. I was very committed and I was determined to get my farm back, but it's just not going to work, and it's because of a stupid technicality with the game. Alright, so my next plan, I've got all my equipment lined up right here. Every single thing that I own. Everything that I've purchased since episode 1. Got it all right here. I'm about to sell all of it. Okay? Then the next thing I'm going to do is sell my land. Alright? We're getting out of here. We're moving. The old stream farm is done. We did it. If you want to think back to what my challenge was for myself that I mentioned on episode 1, it was basically to start out with the game in hard mode and see if I could actually successfully start a farm. And I pretty much did. The farm didn't last long, but it wasn't because of anything financial. We were doing great financially. We were about to make serious money and actually start going somewhere with the series. But like I said, I ruined it when I updated the map, so we're just going to have to start over again. But we're not starting over again on this map. So after I sell this stuff, I'm going to show you our new home. So let me get rid of this stuff. And I know that I can make more off of it if I take it to the store, but I'm not really trying to make any more money. I'm just going to get rid of all of my stuff. Stuff be gone. I'm going to take the total of what I have in the end after everything's gone. Like I said, I'm gonna sell my land now. Oh boy. All right. All right, I own nothing. I have a total of $1,309,776. And like I said, we're out of here. We're hitting the road. I've got to write that total down, and I'll see you guys in our new map. Okay, guys. So, we made it. We're here. That's right. We're inside our house. And we have a house. What? That's right. We have a house. We don't just have a house. We have a whole farm. So what I'll do is I'll take the next few minutes. By the way, we're also in the United States of America now. Well, you can't see it, but that's the stars and stripes up there. So we moved from Europe to America with nothing but the clothes on our back and the money in our pocket, which if you look at our money, yeah, it has decreased substantially. And so now I'll just take the next few minutes to explain what just happened. Alright, so in a realistic kind of way, here's what just happened. I sold the farm. I sold all the land at the old stream farm. I sold all of my equipment, my animals, everything. I got as much as I possibly could out of it. Alright, then I hit, let's say, the classifieds or whatever. And I found a farm. I believe, I want to say that in the mod hub, the description for this map is that it's set somewhere in Idaho. So we'll just go with that, alright? If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. But basically, I just found a farm in Idaho, the United States, that was going. And it wasn't just the property, it was all the buildings on the property. I'll show it to you on the map. This is what we own now. We own 3 fields. Hey, it's not that much different from what we owned at the old stream farm now, is it? Except now we actually have a spot for cows. We have a real house, not a trailer. We have a silo. And yeah, check out the map. It's a nice one. All right, and we'll explore the map as we play the game from this point on. But like I said, we own this land. We own these buildings. Here are the buildings that we own. We have a house. We've got this hut, some sheds and shacks, and an old barn, a workshop. We've got 3 of those sheds. We've got a large grain silo. We've got a sheep pasture. I may have been wrong about the cows. I think that is a sheep pasture, actually. So, sorry about that. But we own a weight for our tractor, so it'll stop doing wheelies. Like the old Deutz, however you say that, Deutz-Fahr did. We own a front loader similar to the one that we owned before. We still got the same water tank. We've got a sprayer now. I do believe that's the same sower that we had back at the old stream farm. The same plow. We have a John Deere combine now, which is actually, I think that's a little bit wider than the one we had before. We've got a bigger tipper. We've got a medium-sized tractor. Is that medium size? Actually, I don't think that. I think that's another small tractor. Anyway, we basically sold everything we owned and we bought this farm, and it came with all this equipment. And I'll tally up all the totals as far as money now. So, like I said, after we sold everything at the old stream farm, we ended up with a total of $1,309,776. Okay. What I've done is everything we just looked at, including our land, I've added up the price for all this stuff, starting with the land, and then I added in everything here. Okay, I added all this, the value that's in all this equipment up and the buildings. That total came to $1,110,242. Okay, if you do the math, you will find that after I bought all this stuff for that total, I would have ended up with a remainder of $199,534. Okay, we have $200,000. Okay, don't get upset with me. That was the best I could do, because basically when you're trying to edit your money and stuff, you're trying to transition from farm to farm. It's not perfect, and it never is. It never will be, because basically all you have to get more money, and I'll explain this a little bit better in a minute, but basically this is the only thing that you have to adjust your money. You start out with a set amount of money, and it is what it is, and the only way you're going to get more money is by cheating. So I made it as close to that total that I just read out, $199,534, as I possibly could, and by using the government subsidy sign for 1 hour, gave me $100,000. That was the closest I could get it. It was either, you know, go over and give myself an extra, what is that, $466, or short myself almost $100,000, and I wasn't going to do that. So it is what it is. This is our new place. By the way, all I did was download this new map. It's called the Pacific Northwest from the Mod Hub. And I started out in new farmer mode. And it gave me all this land, all of this equipment, and all these buildings. And it started me out with $100,000. So all I did was add another $100,000 to that, to get it as close to what remainder I would have had in real life had I done this in real life. So there you go. In the next episode, we'll explore more. We'll get started. I actually have a field right here that's ready to harvest. I'm not going to do that in this episode because it's already gone on for long enough. But this is something that you guys can be looking forward to. We'll be starting out in this new map, the Pacific Northwest. So the Let's Play series title is going to change to the Pacific Northwest. But don't worry, it's still the same dude sitting up there in the cab of that thing. It's still the same money that we made in Europe and we brought over here to the United States. Okay? So we're just going to go from here. We're going to try to be successful. We're going to do this Let's Play. We're going to have a good time. And we're not going to cut down any more trees and update the map after cutting down the trees. We're just not going to do that anymore. I learned my lesson. Don't worry about it. Alright, so I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. You know what? I'll go ahead and hook up to this. That way we're ready for our next episode. Again, thank you for watching. Hope you guys are enjoying this. I hope you can understand what I did and where I'm coming from. I hope you're not too annoyed by what happened. I was annoyed by it, but I got over it. And I think that this is actually going to end up being a better map anyway, just because, I mean, look at this. This is what I'll leave you guys with, and then I'll let you go. But just check out this map, yo. I mean, it is awesome looking. We're like up here on this big plateau. This is where our land is, way up here. The town is down there. Then you've got these massive fields out that way. Look at that view. Isn't that beautiful? This map right here is second to none as far as I'm concerned. I really, really like this map. And I can't wait to get started on it. So I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Jared here with One of the Nation's Rage, signing out, so on and so forth. Later.